Let's talk a little bit about how 21st century learning could look in a physical education setting. To define 21st century learning, I go with Bernhardt's definition. It's the type of competencies needed to thrive in today's complex and interconnected global landscapes. The examples he gives are digital literacy, cultural competence, inventiveness, emotional awareness, entrepreneurship, critical thinking, and problem solving. Some common traits of 21st century learning, if you do your research, some things that you will consistently find along the way are problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, and communication. All of those, I think, kind of go hand in hand with each other, but you see them across the board. Problem solving skills, how we could use in a phys ed setting, health setting. Kids can discuss and figure out how to handle peer pressure when it comes to drug and alcohol. We do a lot of that type of stuff and figure out how to handle those situations because it is a real world applicable thing for them. That does happen a lot. Communication, they could be giving a presentation on the rapid rise of vaping and how it affects teenagers. They'll have to communicate with their teacher, maybe school administrators, maybe law officials, and put that together, that presentation, and be able to communicate with classmates and adults alike. Critical thinking skills. One of the things I know we like to do is construct a debate stance on the legalization of marijuana because that's back and forth. Kids come up with all of the information they need, whether they're assigned to the pros or assigned to the cons, but that does give them the critical thinking skills needed to be a 21st century learner, as it does. That's also a problem solving and communication assignment as well. How I use 21st century learning in my classroom, you can see here, this video is going through an app we called Platform, and it's in our personal fitness class. So basically what kids do is they exercise for a good amount of the year, and then near the end, like the last 6 weeks or so, we have them develop their own workout program, and they have parameters and goals, and they need to research how they're going to get there, put together an every other day program of how they will work out, what they will work out. We will evaluate it. And then the teachers will create the program in Platform because we have to do that. But the students do the entire creation themselves. So we're just implementing that, and then they'll analyze the effects of the end of their workout program when they're finished, if they met their goals that they set out for at the beginning. Another thing we're doing in our school is called total experience learning. There is a video supposed to be attached right here, and it is not loading. So maybe I'll attach that in my blog post. But we do this with Albright College. It's very close to our school, and some of our teachers are in a cohort with them. And you can see the 6 criteria. There's the video. The 6 criteria that they're looking for. We don't have to do that, but they're encouraging us to do that in our classrooms. And I think you can kind of see that all of those 6 things, they're kind of going hand in hand with creating a 20th century learning environment. How can I use 21st century learning and getting students really involved with their learning? I think 2 different things I'd really like to try and do are a student created backyard games tournament, and have them also create a wellness day for the student body. We have a backyard and recreation games unit that kids really like. I think it would be cool to have them develop a field day. They know what their peers like to play and how they like to do it. So having them follow, these different guidelines that we give them. I also think creating a wellness day for student body would be excellent too. We talk about wellness all the time. The kids that I have in my mind and body connection class, they have a good idea, a good handle of what wellness is, what they think their peers would need, and just have them maybe plan out what a day might look like, or even a class period of how can just really be focused on wellness that students need at the current moment. So how does this all relate with TPACK and technological pedagogical content knowledge? It requires various modes of technology for students to be able to do this. Previous teaching from mine must include those elements to be implemented for the plans and how to ensure student comprehension. So I have to be able to teach them why these things are important and what the important aspects are, so they touch on them during those planning periods. And then content knowledge. My students need to know how to plan and create projects and what makes successful components of a wellness day, of a tournament day, and all of that stuff needs to be addressed within the project. But I do think it would be something really neat that could really land on all of those areas. The connections to learning, I think metacognition and using it across disciplines to develop understanding is huge. We can use athletic director internships, multimedia courses, and math classes to calculate all items, that may be needed, budgetary needs, how to address those concerns. And lastly, schools and classrooms must be learner centered. If students are creating these things, creating tournaments and creating wellness days, it's all learner centered. I'm just providing them with the basis of what they need, kind of teaching them the backgrounds of the games and wellness, and then they're putting that all into practice. They're doing the research, they're doing design, they're doing the development. So overall, I think 21st century learning is a good thing to do. I think I'm trying it more and more in my classroom, and I can't wait to see what this class provides me with so I can use even more 21st century learning skills.